Right, let's just get started. Now, I know you can't see the game. Now you can. Okay, what do we have here? Um, this one looks quite easy at first sight. I want to exchange queens, and then I eventually want to take the pawn f7, so I win the rook. But the bishop on e3 is still under attack, so I think I should just take the queen, then take the knight on b6, and then take the pawn on f7 and the rook on h8. So we just get the rook and a pawn, and okay, you probably get back the piece on h8, but still we have an exchange and a pawn, so that's quite good. That seems very logical, so probably shouldn't overthink this too much. Hey, Fallen Ghost, welcome. Yeah, let's go. Take. That's it. Yeah, not so special, this one. Right. Okay, so he just took a pawn on h2. Now we can take, but after queen h4 it might become dangerous. So I think it's better to go queen h5, because we're threatening checkmate on h7, and we're also attacking the knight with the queen. So we can either take back with the queen on h2, or we can decide to take with the king. And black simply doesn't have this queen h4 move anymore, because our queen is on h5, covering all the squares. We're also attacking this guy, I just noticed. So I think queen h5 is a very good move. That stops all the counterplay by black. Yeah, let's go. And we take now. We should take the knight, because the knight is attacking our rook, so we can also take the bishop, but I think... Oh no, we can't take the bishop, because then he has knight f3 check. So we should take the knight. Nice. Like this one. That's an idea, to pin the knight. We can also go here to attack the rook and the knight. There's more stuff going on. Also, the rook on c8 is attacking our knight on c3. So just gotta make sure that just grabbing his g7 pawn is gonna be enough. Maybe we should start with knight a4. Is that weird? Hey, Kevin. Maybe we can start with knight a4. It feels way too artificial. There's also some idea with taking the knight on e7, king takes and knight takes d5. But we just need this extra move, rook e1, to pin this pawn to make it happen. Seems a bit slow to me. So we take on g7. Then what is he going to do? If he moves the rook g8, we just take the knight. That looks quite easy. And if he doesn't protect the rook, then he needs to try and play a different move. So queen takes g7. If he decides to, I don't know, just take the knight on c3, we take with check, and then we take the knight on the next move. So queen takes. Maybe knight takes f3 is annoying. Even though it's quite hard to imagine. We take the rook, king d7, queen's under attack by the rook on c8. We can go queen f6. The knight is trapped on f3. Also, we defend our own knight on c3, so it looks. I think that queen takes g7 is the move. I don't really see what else we can. I'm a bit annoyed by the fact it's only being played 700 times, which normally means it is slightly more difficult. So I'm somewhat concerned that I'm missing an important move here. But I don't see any alternative, so I'm not sure where people go wrong when they try to solve this one. Anyway, I think I'll take on g7. Knight b5. Aha. Okay, now I gotta be careful, because I think the point is, when I decide to take knight on b5, he goes rook to g8, attack the queen, we move our queen, and the next move you're gonna take the knight on b5. And then we only want a pawn on g7, which isn't anything special, because we were down a pawn in the starting position already. So I guess we need to do anything. We need to do something more than just take the knight on b5. And we can take the rook on h8 with check. He goes king d7. But then our queen is under attack, and so is our knight on c3. And if he manages to take the knight, he will also take the rook on d1 because it's with check. And the b pawn is pinned, and the rook is protecting the knight. So if we take here king d7, we can take the rook, but just a queen against two rooks, it doesn't feel like it's going to be enough. So I have the feeling we might need to play a move like knight a4 in this position. But then he has knight a3 check. King can't go to c1 because it's going to be checkmate if the rook takes c2. So after knight a4, knight a3, king a1, you can take, check, king b1, you can go back, and we can make a draw. So knight a4 is not the solution either. Now what are we supposed to do? Queen h5, queen h8, rook d5, bishop g4. That's interesting, but he can play f5 then, I think. Also, if the knight takes d5, he can go knight a3 check, he can go for the same perpetual. Huh. Tricky stuff. But this is where the puzzle starts, basically. Taking on g7 was just an easy move. Now we're going to work out the details. And that's not super easy. Maybe we're supposed to take, hey Nimzo, maybe we're supposed to take the rook on h8. Allow king d7, and maybe then just take on c8. Go for the two rooks against the queen scenario. Yeah, so you guys saying after queen h8, king d7, rook takes d5. I have this move, but I don't really see what the benefit of this move is. Because if you take for the pawn, we can go bishop g4, you can go f5. Stopping the check, attacking the bishop, and then the bishop is under attack, the queen's under attack, and the knight on c3 is still under attack. Whoa. A lot of moves incoming here. Yeah, maybe open, maybe. Hey Vincent, Pablo Hartson, do you stream every day? I stream from Tuesday until Friday, and sometimes in the weekend. Okay, so what are you guys saying? You guys saying take the rook on h8, king d7. Take with the rook on d5. What happens after knight takes d5, guys? Because if you then go knight d5, then once again you have knight a3 with this perpetual. No, you can run your king to d1. Is that the solution? Sorry, you can go here, king d1, but that's... How much material did we invest? So we take a rook, king d7, we give back a rook, knight d5, we get back a piece. So we're up a piece at that point. Maybe you guys are right. Feels a bit shaky though. Feels really shaky if you ask me, but maybe that's what I have to play. But Opera, in your line, I don't really understand why you're saying queen takes h8, king d7, rook takes d5, pawn takes d5. Bishop g4. No, I don't understand your line. I'm sorry. Bishop g4, f5. Bishop takes, knight takes, queen takes h7. Then we're up the exchange, and after knight e7 you can go... Yeah, okay. A full though, that's exactly gonna be the motto of today. Could take on c8 with the queen after black takes the knight with the knight on d5. Okay, so you guys are saying I should take with the queen on h8, and then I should take on d5 with the rook. Okay, let me just check and double check if I do agree with what you guys are saying. Not that I don't trust you, but I just want to make sure. So we take the rook, king d7. We take this pawn, pawn takes. We go bishop g4, f5. Bishop takes, knight takes. Then we're down a piece. Queen takes h7. Check. And we can probably win back the knight on f5. Egisto here. Now knight takes d5 is answered by knight a3 check with the perpetual. Okay, I think you guys are right. I will give it a go. Ah, shit. No. Then what am I supposed to do? Take here? How does this solve it? What do we play after rook g8? Am I missing something here? Queen takes, queen takes. We're just up a pawn here, and we have the initiative. We made it way too difficult for ourselves. Way too difficult for ourselves. Just winning a pawn is enough, it seems. Wow. So we take here, king d7. So what about this move? Knight takes, check. King here. Check, king here. Queen takes f2 and we're screwed. Because after knight f6 check, and knight e4. Ah, rook c1. Or queen e3 apparently, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure which puzzle is satisfying with a pawn. I guess I'll downvote it. Oh, boy. Yeah, I guess we just start all over again. That's okay, we can do this. Just want to go e4. If bishop takes, queen a4 check. Try to win some stuff. And after e4, if he doesn't take with the bishop, I think then we can just take the rook on h4. Yeah, that's my plan. I want to go e4. But if we take the rook right now, then queen g6 is going to be checkmate. So we really want to take the rook on h4, but we need to prepare this. And I guess e4 is a good way to do so. Well, you can call the randomness, but still, I think you have to find the best move. So, but it's not really a tactic or a puzzle. It's just get a better position. Yeah, it's sometimes difficult. Yeah, e4, rook takes e4. We just take with a knight. I guess we're fine with that. Maybe a3 is the move, forcing the rook to go some uncomfortable square, and then we can go queen a4 check and take this a7 pawn, and enter the black position. But e4 seems so much easier. Because you're creating this threat of queen a4 takes a7. Yeah, the puzzles are computer generated. Hmm. Okay, but after f3, if he, for example, goes queen g6, it's a bit too slow because then g pawn is pinned again, and maybe queen g5 is better. Then we can still go e4. I guess e4 is very logical here. Because he can't really take that pawn. And if he can't take the pawn, then what else is he supposed to do? Well, he can take the pawn with the rook, but that's fine. Now we can take, bishop takes, once again queen a4, forcing bishop c6 and take this pawn with check. I guess we're quite happy then. I guess we are quite happy then. Am I 100% sure? Nope. Yeah, I need one more move, yeah. I guess it's gonna be f3. Or f4. No, f3 looks much better. We need to stop queen f3, of course. But we can also go queen a6 check, bishop here, and go queen e2. But maybe we want to keep our queen here to just grab the b pawn whenever we get the chance. Because if we go f3, then you can't really defend the b pawn anymore. You can take on f3, but that's not such a big deal. Bishop is pinned. Gives him quite an awkward position. Yeah, let's stay active. Let's not go passive. Sorry, let's not go passive like this. Or queen d3, whatever. I prefer to stay active. I want to win this pawn so his king becomes weaker. That's why I think f3 is better. But as you notice, I'm not entirely sure. Whew. Right. Okay, thanks, Opera. See ya. Okay, so we want to grab the knight on h4. But obviously queen g4 is quite dangerous, forcing us to go to f2. And the queen and bishop can probably work together to get our king into trouble. So before we start calculating that line, let me first see if there's something else we can try. Some clever intermediate move before we decide to take the knight on h4. And the thing is, if we decide to give a check on c2, he can always counter with either bishop f5 or knight f5. So that's not really beneficial. No, hold on, he can't go bishop f5. But then we give check on c7 and then we can take the knight. But still, knight f5 looks good enough here for black. Then there's nothing under attack, and probably not even better. Rook e4, you can go knight f3 check. We can give check over here, because if the king goes to the back rank, we have queen d8 check, winning the knight. So forcing him to go to g6. When we still have nothing. Well, maybe we have rook d1 then. But it feels a bit difficult. Hey Martin, thanks. Yeah, rook d1, rook d6, that's a good point. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm not sure. So let's calculate this one. We take the knight, he gives check. King f2 only move. He can give check. King e2 only move. He can give check. King d3 only move. We're just running away, aren't we? We're just running away. I think we really run away there. I think we do. Yeah, we just start running. And he will soon run out of checks. Yep. Okay, now be careful where to put my king. No, I should defend my rook, that's easy. Yeah, okay, nice. Yeah, so we just run away, even after queen f4, bishop g4, king d3. It's easy to calculate because I only have one move every time. But now bishop f5, king c3, and you can see I can always put a piece on e3 and I'm covering all these dark squares. So he can give a check here, but then rook e3 and we're safe. Yeah, nice. Who knows, Martin? Who knows? Whoa! Whoa, 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 what's this? You probably should have promoted to a knight. Anyway. c2 is a very obvious move. Or we can take his queen with check and then this queen somehow. Because right now we are down a piece and a queen. That's a lot of material. We can also maybe take on b2. It's a bit thin though. Hey, Yellow Dragoon, welcome. Okay, let's just break it down. So c2, check, and double attack on the queen on d1. That forces him to go. Well, if he goes queen d2, we just take with check. Bishop takes, and we take this queen. Yeah, then we're up a queen. So after c2, we should go queen d2. No, sorry. We should go bishop d2. We take the queen with check. Rook takes. We just take the bishop and we take the queen. I don't see the problem in this one. I don't see the problem at all. I think it's just c2 and take some queens off the board, preferably two, and then just I don't know, just enjoy the day. The only thing is you have to be careful for some bishop g5 tricks. That's the only thing basically. That's why you should go queen takes g8 instead of rook takes. Maybe that's where people made a mistake. Just take the queen and take this queen, yeah? It's weird. How can it be +4? It wasn't too hard. That wasn't difficult at all, to be honest. Anyway, just upvoted, whatever. 24-25. I mean, you just try to figure out how to grab two queens, not losing your own. It's quite easy if you ask me. Okay. So h5 is a desperate attempt not to get checkmated. I guess it's our job to still checkmate him. But I think we should make a clever move. I think we should go rook e1 first. I think that's the point. And the idea is, let's imagine we take on f6, bishop takes. We take on h5, threatening checkmate, he goes g6. We sacrifice the bishop on g6, pawn takes, queen takes. Yes, now the king is in check, and he's forced to go bishop g7. Now I'd love to play rook to e7 because it's winning immediately, but we have no rook on e1. So with the rook on e7, it's just winning on the spot, which makes me think rook e1 is a very good move because it attacks the bishop, and if he goes bishop d8, for example, we get the same line, but then I do have rook e7 in the end, entering the 7th rank and checkmating him. And if he decides to protect the bishop, is what I wanted to say, that's not so easy. The queen can't access these squares because bishop h7 wins the queen. If you guys rook e8, I guess we can take the bishop. Rook takes, take knight, pawn takes, take an h5, and there's checkmate somewhere, somehow, eventually, I hope. Oh, the Gun Recruiter. But even after rook e1, rook e8, maybe we can still just take on f6, take on h5, take on g6, queen takes, bishop g7, and then we have nothing. Okay. Great. Sorry about the arrows. Hope you do follow the line where we sacrifice on g6 every time, which is pretty much the essential line to see in this position, I think. Rook e1, rook e8. You would say there's a checkmate if we just take the bishop on e7. I just really like this move, rook e1. It's the last piece of the puzzle to solve this one, I think. I don't really see what else we can try. So I'll just give it a go. Yeah, I was hoping he would play a different move than rook e8. He would just give his piece because that's the best computer move. But he actually plays the most annoying move. So I do think we should take the bishop on e7. We sacrifice just the exchange to get access to his king side. Take, we take, forcing pawn takes, and we take this pawn. There's probably a way for him to prevent checkmate, but it's not going to be easy. Maybe it is easy. No, we should win back material at least. Okay, I'll take on e7. What else can we do? This whole line with take, queen takes, g6, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop g7. It's still not working. Still not working. So we have to take on e7. We take on f6. Nice. I wanted to take on f6 with the h5 with the queen. I thought rook e6 was the move here. But then we have at least bishop f5. Yeah, that's what the engine says as well. It leads bishop f5 to win back the exchange, but also still queen h7 is dangerous, or queen h6 preparing checkmate. Queen h6 with bishop h7 is this famous checkmate pattern. Cool. Well, this queen is begging to get trapped by bishop f4. Yeah. He's just begging for it. The queen can't go anywhere. The only move he has is to attack my queen. But then I can take this rook and take this rook. I have plenty of choice there. Anyway, it has to be bishop f4 because we have no other move. And now we gotta make up our mind. I think taking this guy is bad because he'll take on f4, and with our king in the center and his queen pretty active, it scares me a little bit. So I'm really tempted to take this rook instead, and then take the queen. Wins a full rook as well. So. It's like a triple attack. How can that not be a good move? This has to be a good move. We take the pawn on d6. Now I think we want to eliminate this bishop because he has some threats on g2, which is not the end of the world, so maybe it's not such a big deal. But it's always better to grab a piece instead of the exchange. Yeah. This one feels like knight f6 and queen e4. But we should not forget we're already down a piece, so I guess we need to do a bit more than just win a piece. I don't get 0 points. I just get I get like 0.8 points, for example. And this only determines my rating change. You can only see my full rating here, but my rating is either 2155.5 or 2856.4. So you need to keep this extra number into account, the decimal, I think, how you call it. That's how it's being calculated. So this one only measures my rating change in full points. But I do win rating points, just not too many. Anyway, knight f6 is the only logical move here. Now we'll see what we can do. I mean, taking the exchange is a bit lame, because we need more material than that. We're down a piece. Queen e4 looks very logical, because we threaten checkmate, threaten to win the bishop on e3, when we are equally material again, and we have a huge advantage because we have a super knight on f6. And attacking the rook and go with the queen, we might checkmate him. So queen e4, I expect him to take an f6. Rook takes, king takes, and we take the bishop. I guess that's how the solution unfolds. This check is worthless, I guess. The king just moves. I do get a read on the computer by now. Very solid one. So he just took a pawn, but I don't think we should waste time recapturing that pawn, unless it's a very good move. But I don't think it is. So we should focus on checkmate. Bishop h3 looks very interesting because we're threatened to take the pawn on g2, and if he goes g3, we can just play rook takes, and it will be checkmate somewhere. Because if pawn takes, king h1, queen g2 is checkmate. So after bishop here, he needs to go knight e1. Then we can just take the knight on d2, I think. I guess that's how we're supposed to play. Just making sure we don't have a much better move here. I don't think so. Okay, nice. We can try to take and play check. However, if we decide to take on f3, he gives a check on b8, then takes back, and we're screwed. So we need a better plan. And I think it's bishop c4 check, because if the king wants to defend the bishop, he should go to e3. Then we take with check, forcing him to take back, so he doesn't have this intermediate check on b8. And then we just go bishop d5, win the rook. Easy peasy. So he just doesn't defend at all. Also fine. Cool. I want to go knight g4. Because this knight is in trouble, and the queen needs to defend the knight, so you only can go queen g6 or queen e6. And I think in both cases there should be a way for us to win the knight on f5 somehow. At least that's what I thought. Let's see, knight g4, queen e6. I think then we can just play knight g3, for example, attacking the queen, and double attacking the knight on f5. Looks promising. Because the queen's under attack by the rook on e1. Knight g4, queen g6. I guess just... no, not knight e3, because he can take this knight and sneakily attack our queen. So we can win his queen then, but he can win back ours. So that's not really helping us. So knight g4, queen g6. He can go knight g3, but he can just move this knight and not there, here. And just defend with the bishop on c8. And then I'm not totally sure. But then I don't see how we can attack this knight a third time. g4? Well, once we go knight g4, we can't really play g4 anymore. So if you want to play g4, I guess you suppose you want to play it here. Which I considered, but after knight h4, I didn't really see a good follow-up here for white. Because we can't really trap the queen, we can't really trap the knight on h4, we can't really do anything special. Huh. Am I missing something obvious here? How do you want to trap the queen? The queen can always go to d8. What about bishop takes f5, queen takes f5, g4? Just queen f6. Queen can once again always go to d8. Hmm. This feels a bit strange. Why is there no easy win? It has been played so many times, you would expect this one not to be too difficult. Knight takes d7, bishop takes d7, g4. I guess black goes knight h4. g4, then bishop f5. Then g5. Hmm. A curious pawn. Chess fan, that is a very good point. You found a way to trap the queen, well done. That is gonna work for sure. Nice. Knight g4, queen g6, bishop takes f5, queen takes f5, knight g3 attacking the queen, and now with the f6 square covered by the knight on g4, you can't really go back anymore to f6 and d8. So we force the queen to go back to g6, yeah, and then we can play f5, and now the queen is trapped. Because the bishop on c1 is covering these squares, the knight is covering this square, pawn is covering this one, knight is covering h5, winning. Nice. I guess after knight g4 he's not gonna go queen g6, he's gonna play queen e6. I think that's why so many people sold this one. It's going queen d8. Yeah, that's too bad, because it's actually quite difficult what to play after queen g6. This is not easy to find. Not easy to find. f5. Very nice. Very nice chess fan. Yeah, so this is why I downvote these ones, because it's such a shame of a beautiful tactic that's hidden in the position that just doesn't show. Let me just save this one. I'm just hoping Lichess can find a way to get the most out of these positions, because it's such a shame if tactics like these just stay beneath the surface. Well, knight b5 is a very interesting move. But yeah, it's just interesting. Don't really see what is the most we can get out of it. Maybe bishop g5 is better. Why? That's mysterious. Why don't they make you a tactic moderator and allow you to change the lines? I'm not sure if that's how it works. I wouldn't mind though. Just when you see it, just like upvote or promote a specific variation to make it the main line would be nice. I mean, but there's so many puzzles. It's just yeah. I don't think I can make a huge change there. Hmm. The thing with knight b5, I don't really see after knight c6. We should continue. We can take the bishop on f5, pawn takes, and play a move like c4 maybe. I feel like we have a very good position, but it doesn't feel like winning material yet. So it feels like a really good position, by the way. Yeah, I think that's the problem, Alfoldo. I think that is the problem. Knight b5, bishop takes f5, c4 is what I would play in the game. Automatically, without thinking. Looks so strong. I don't really see a much better move. I thought bishop g5 maybe to pin the knight and hopefully get enough time to go for this. Bishop g5, you can take on d3, queen takes, and he can go f6 probably, unpin the knight, and he's fine. He's just fine. Hey Salamander. And checkmate off. Welcome guys. I will go knight b5. What else can I do? So if I take on f5, pawn takes, I go c4. I wasn't sure about knight b6. Oh no, then we just take on c5. Take on d5. There's some issue with knight c7 check winning the house. Okay. Now this is where it ends. Takes. Oh no, c4. It's e6 actually. Because after pawn takes, knight g5. Ah, and if you defend, you can't really protect the e6 pawn. Let's see. Anyway, I think this puzzle is quite bad because there's no obvious tactic. It's just a totally winning position. Hey, Sharonje. Yeah, this is just yeah, terrible exercise if you ask me. Okay, so I want to go knight e6 to attack the queen and threaten checkmate with queen d8. Oh yeah, and threaten checkmate with queen takes g7. But after knight e6, you can just take with the rook. Lame. And then we have an extra pawn. But I think in this case, might not be enough. Should be enough, but might not be enough. Maybe we have better. Maybe we should just play c6, c7, c8. Looks a bit lame. but it might just work. I'm also gonna add f5. Protect the rook and go for checkmate. And it feels pretty similar to knight e6 anyway. So winning the exchange might not be enough. I'm just wondering if he's threatening anything, like anything? I don't think so. Maybe it's time to go c6 then. Or does he go rook e8 the next move if we don't pay attention? Oh, but then we can go knight. Then we can go knight e6. That's a way better version. Because he still has some back rank issues, so he can take on e6 with the rook, but I can always take back with the queen. Because we have this back rank checkmate idea the entire time. And in the meantime, we get our pawn to c6 already. I like c6. I think we should wait with the knight to go somewhere before it's really good, because now it's okay. But what about knight f5 to cover g7? But knight f5, you can just go. I don't know. Rook g8. And then we can take. Sorry, we can take here on e3. Queen takes. Then push the pawn. Also, it's quite good to be honest. Also looks quite good. It looks even better. Knight f5 looks better. c6 is just being fancy, I think. However, I get the feeling it works. Because as I mentioned before, I don't see what black is going to do about it. The threat with knight f5 will always stay alive. Oh man, this one feels bad. It feels like a coin flip with some little detail I won't be able to figure out. c6 rook e8. Yeah, I mean that's if he just went rook e3 and if we go c6 then he goes back. I guess we wouldn't mind. But then again, maybe you're right. Maybe that's refutation of this line. But even then we can just go knight e6 and push c7 the next move and checkmate somewhere. No, Soltigo, you have rook e8 then after queen d8 check. Okay, I'll go knight f5. c6 is probably too fancy. Knight f5 is the most forcing move. Let's go with that one. And the reason why I like this move is because after queen g5, we have h4, which is an important idea. You can't protect g7 and e3, so we win a full rook then. So knight f5 forces rook to g8. Then we take, queen takes, and then push c6. That looks very good as well. It all looks very good. But let's just go for this one. Oh yeah, I should have checked that line. I should have checked this line. But I guess we just take back and we're safe. Okay. Before I upvote, I want to see the other moves. What about c6? He's going for queen g3, and then he tries to make some sort of perpetual with rook e1. That's what he's threatening here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Saltigo, but he doesn't take on d8. He got rook e8 immediately after the check on d8. Let's trap this queen, shall we? Probably bishop f2 is the move. So we keep the knight defended, and we attack the queen. He has no squares to go. h4. Queen h2. Yeah, I guess that's the solution here. Right. Nice. Like this one. Knight e6, rook takes, queen d8. No, you don't take on d8, Saltigo. Knight e6, rook takes e6, queen d8 check, rook e8. Hmm. I think we should take on h2. King takes. Then play bishop b5, attack the queen and the rook. Queen f8, and then just go rook to f8. No, sorry, I meant rook e8. Now we win material, I guess. Don't really have a choice, because our bishop is trapped anyway. Yeah, there we go. Rook a8. I take this one, and in the meantime, threaten to win the bishop on a3 as well. Not sure what we do after bishop b4 though. Hmm. Okay, so we're up a pawn, yeah? Which means just winning the slight bit of material is enough. Question is how we're gonna make that happen. How are we gonna make that happen? I guess we just go rook a8. Rook a8, bishop b4, and then take with the rook on a6. Take, 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 queen takes. We have two pieces and a pawn against the rook. Let's say that's gonna be enough. d5 is legal, right? It is legal, but it's not good, I think. Hey, Shuriken. What if bishop b7 instead? So rook a8, bishop b7. I'll still take on a3. Yeah. I mean, it's the only way anyway. What else can we do? We can attack this bishop. He just goes back somewhere. No, we attack this bishop because rook c8. Queen b6. He can probably try something like I don't know. I'll just go back e4 and I don't know, go back to c2. That's not gonna win us material. No, I think rook a8 is fine. We have no choice, yeah? Today's motto, we have no choice. Cool. Emotes are working, yep. It was just one day thing with this whole net neutrality stuff. Oh. Oh, this feels like easily winning a piece, like a6. If he goes knight takes d6, we have bishop d4 check, interrupting the defense of the queen. So after the king goes, we can just take the knight on d6. And after a6, he decides knight a3, we can go b5, attack the bishop. Once the bishop moves, we have b4, attacking two pieces. Nice, nice. Yeah, so knight a3, b5, bishop goes somewhere, not sure where. And then b4 would win the piece as well. So we're almost back to where we started today. Is this just trapping the queen in one move? We take here, which is king takes. Thank you. Ah, something like that. Do we go knight d4 first, or do we have a better move? If we first give a check, then king e2 gives us nothing. I'm slightly concerned about the endgame though, with the exchange up. But I'm already concerned about the endgame, so I guess we do need the exchange to even survive. And I don't see a different move here. Yeah, this has to be it. I don't see what else we can do. Nah. It's not super good because I have my doubts about the final position. Yes, we need to defend this one. I guess we first take a rook with check. That doesn't hurt. Now let's think what we can do here. First of all, does he have a threat at all? I guess he might want to take on h7 to be able to blow up the defenders of g6. King takes f6. Yeah, nice. Would be nice. I was considering bishop e7, but I think the main threat is knight takes h7 here. Because if king takes, he can take on g6 and he can activate the diagonal. Scares me. But we have a very passive position, so we don't have a huge variety of moves here. I guess bishop e7 is a very good move. I really like this move because it's attacking the knight since the e5 pawn is pinned. And it's also targeting the g5 square in case this knight wants to try and be important. So bishop e7, knight takes, king takes, pawn takes, just king g7 back. Next move trying to bring in the queen on h8. I guess that is fine. I guess that's more than fine. I mean, we can't really improve this bishop's position yet. This one is terrible. We can improve this one. Rook a3 is not really helping us because queen e4 I think only gives him more options with putting the queen on some scary square. So I guess bishop e7 is a logical move. And it's attacking some stuff, so he needs to respond. Okay, nice. Not a big fan of these ones though. That's correct. So I think we just take the pawn. And if rook takes, we take the bishop, and he can't really stop us from queening the pawn. Easy, easy. Whoa, 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 whoa! What you doing there? What are you doing there? I guess we just queen the pawn to start with, and then go rook h8. Oh, we queen the pawn and it's fine like that. How do we win this? Just out of curiosity, how do we win this? f6. Yeah, we need to find f6 in this position. Right, I'm glad we can give so many checks that we don't have to solve this one, but it's quite difficult. Anyway, I like the initial tactic anyway. Feels like f5. If pawn takes e6, will win materials, what I wanted to say, but I'm not so sure. It has to be f5, right? There's no other way we can create tactics. e6, f4. If we don't play e6, then there's just nothing, because then he can do whatever he likes. We take on f5, he can just whatever, he can take back and play any move. So, I guess after e6, f4 we have something. Question is what? So the rook takes f4. Do we take 2 pieces for the rook? Is that it? At 20 at 70, that's where we started today. We can take the knight. If he takes back... Oh, sorry. If we take the knight, he takes the bishop. Then we take an f7 with check. And we take the bishop. And our rook is defending the bishop at f7. So that's winning. Yay! +1. Oh, crap. I hate this one. I hate it already. Yeah, Gonzo, nice one. Bit of a chat delay, so I figured you said it before I solved it. So the idea is we have to make a move, obviously, and then we want to go for checkmate. However, after queen here, he's going to play... No. If we play a move, any move, he's going to play king h8, queen h6, rook g8. So then we need to make sure we can always take on h7 and have rook h3 as a follow-up. Which means we can't really put any rook on f3 because that pins the rook, and then the tactic doesn't work anymore. I would say we want to go king g1 because then we're not blocking the defense of the f6 pawn if we go here, for example, and we're still allowing this rook move. If we go king g1, if he goes king h8, we go here, rook g8, take on h7, king takes, and rook h3 checkmate. So after king g1, I guess he's forced to go h5. And then we can play rook f5. Something like that, maybe. Hey, Black Albino. No, follow, that would even be better. King g1, h5. King g1 is the best move anyway. Yeah, and now I think rook f5 is nice. He can't really take, because if he takes rook g3, king goes somewhere, and then queen h5 checkmate. Yeah, so rook f5, queen e6. But then we can just, I don't know, take on e5 maybe. We can also go rook g3. That's an option. Might be better. And after king h7, then go rook f5. I like this move order a bit better. Rook. Then he plays queen takes f5. Camel clutcher. An interesting idea though. Just doesn't work. I think we should start with rook g3 because the threat of queen takes h5 is quite dangerous, I guess. It's hard for him to create counterplay. You can go e4, then we can go rook f5. It's hard for him to even find a check. He can take on a2 though. Started giving checks on the first rank. Rook f5 for starters. It's maybe better. Queen e6. then rook g3. Do we have a threat? I'm not even sure. You can probably even take on d3 then. That's lame. That is lame. Super lame. Yeah, finally we have a choice. Took us a few puzzles. We have a choice. Rook g3. King h7. Rook f5. That's winning. So rook g3, e4. Rook f5, queen takes a2. Just queen takes h5. If he gives check, we can just go rook f1. Well, you get the point. You can go rook f1 back. Yeah, you go rook f1 back. And then we will win somehow. E4, nice. I like it even more when you guess the moves for black correct. It feels even better than solving the exercise. Honestly. Now rook f5. Yay! No, wait. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess we're happy with this one, right? We take the queen. Rook takes. Queen g2. Ooh, +6. Me like. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This one seems easy, but it's probably not easy. First move seems very easy. Let's put it like that. Bishop d4 attacks the queen, and whatever, wins material. So, what can you do about it? Bishop e3, queen f5, takes, rook h7, attacking both bishops. Is that the point? No, that's not the point, because then we go bishop g4, attack the queen, and then we remove our own bishop. Only played 300 times, you know, this feels too easy. Was queen g2 the right follow-up instead of queen takes rook, I guess? Ah, queen takes g3. Okay, good point, Gonzo. Queen, bishop d4, queen takes g3, take the bishop, rook h7. Queen c3, checking both bishops. But he can take on g7, take on f3. He has a knight and 3 pawns for the rook. That is a bit thin, to say the least. That's super thin. Maybe it's enough. We get a 7th rank. I'm not sure. Okay, bishop d4, queen takes g3. I guess looking for intermediate moves, some clever things where we can attack his pieces somehow, somewhere, maybe. Need to charge my laptop. There we go. I think we can agree on the first move, right? Hey, Clash Kid. I think we can agree on the first move. It has to be bishop d4 because reasons. Because we don't have any intermediate moves right now. And there's only one threat in the position, which is bishop d4, so I will play this one. Makes calculating stuff a bit easier. So we can take on g7. You got rook h7. Both bishops under attack. We need to find a very clever way to solve that problem somehow. Bishop takes g7 and bishop e4. Hey, Mr. FPS. It just takes on g7, I guess. Rook d3. I think rook d3 you can just take on g7. I don't think we have a very good target for the discovered attack. Nope, I wouldn't. Yeah, so just a hero. Bishop takes g7, rook h7, queen c3, rook takes g7, queen takes. I'll show you with the arrows. So queen c3, rook takes, queen takes, queen takes f3. So we have an extra exchange, but he has 3 pawns for the exchange. My first thought is that's very, very thin. Very thin. This one's so tricky. Bishop e5 with check looks interesting, but he always has queen takes e5. Rook d3 comes with a lot of threats. No? Well, name one threat after rook d3. You can take a pawn on d5, but don't forget we're down 3 pawns already, so we need a bit more than just a pawn. Well, draw master, I'm not sure bishop takes g7 is the only move. If I was 100% sure it is the only move, I would have played it, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Pretty sure, like 90%. Bishop e2, that's an interesting move, that's a new idea. The thing though, after bishop a6, you can defend in many ways, like rook d7 or queen c7. I don't really think that's a good move yet. Queen g4, think about the possibilities. Okay, queen takes. And then bishop e5 check and bishop takes g4, you're brilliant. You're brilliant. Bishop takes g7, rook h7, queen g4, queen takes, bishop e5 check. Super move. King goes, bishop takes g4. You're brilliant. Think so. Yeah, you said it 4 times. I know. I'm trying to select moves that make sense. I didn't see the idea behind it. If you would have mentioned we have bishop e5 check. Oh, you did say that. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just read over it. You said you have a check on e5. My apologies. You did mention it. Yeah, it's my bad. My bad. I have a hard time to try and catch up with chat and solve the position myself as well. Yeah, that's a very cute move. That's a very cute move. I love how this puzzle rating is becoming a big team effort by everyone. This is brilliant, guys. Now we have a check on e5. +7. Well, you owe me one there. +7. That's amazing. Well done, sir. Well done. We should create some puzzle kudos in chat somehow, so we can give it to him. Isn't there some emote we can throw at him? Anything? Oh, probably not. Like, no. Maybe we should try and figure out something for this. Would be nice. Alright, 2884, guys. New personal best. Getting closer. Still looking for a nice emote. That's difficult though. Difficult. Can I come up with a crappy one like kapow! Well done, Swings. Well done. Yeah, Twitch bot kudos system. Huh. Alright. Let's stay focused now. This is where it gets important. We need another effort like this. Okay, so we are winning this bishop. We are gonna win this bishop. So I guess it makes sense to go king g7. Then he'll try and find a tricky move, and we should try to defend our position. Rook f8 seems a bit weird because it's already defender. We don't want to exchange that guy, so king g7 it is. There we go. We found a weird move. I'm tempted to go queen e2, not to lose any time trying to get here. But the thing is, he has knight d4, and but then we can. Can we play queen takes? The thing is, rook takes e1 doesn't really threaten anything, so we give him an extra move. And if we play this move, we can go queen d8, and we have 0 threats at all, and he's threatening probably checkmate, or to win some material, I think. Not sure though. Does he threaten checkmate? No, he doesn't. Because he can just give a check, king goes here, and he can win the rook, but the king is safe. So queen e2. Yeah, we should make a kudos system in chat, guys, so you can give people some kudos when they have a good suggestion. That would be nice. That sounds awesome. Anyway, I like queen e2 for some reason. I think the problem is that rook e1 is especially knight d4, taking the queen and threatening knight f5. King g6, rook g8, king h5. That feels awfully shaky. Well, here It's still shaky. You can already make a draw if he wants g4, h3, king back, and knight g3. He has a draw. Like, there. Trust me on that one, he has a draw. So knight d4, f5 is threatening to make a draw. That's the whole problem. And it's quite a big problem. Can king h6 be an intermezzo? Maybe, but what do you want to do with that move? I still go knight d4 and knight f5. Knight d4 is just annoying. It also stops our attacking ideas. We can't really stop knight d4 as well. Well, queen e2 seems good, but yeah, so I will show you this line. So rook takes e1, knight d4, queen d1, threatening all kinds of scary stuff. But then white can go knight f5 check, king g6 only move, rook g8 check, king h5 only move. Then you don't have g4. That is useful information. G4 was causing a perpetual. So Amanda, you might be right. Rook takes e1. Let's say queen d8. Queen d1 for all I care, because we don't mind exchanging queens. Check. Here. Take the rook. Check. King h3. Rook takes g3 is close to mate. There's no mate. How is this going to be checkmate? I don't really see the checkmate. Okay, so rook takes e1, queen d8, queen e2. Check, king goes, take the rook. That's checkmate in one. Okay, that's a better idea. Okay, so we're getting there. Rook takes, knight d4, queen d1, knight f5. No, wait, is knight f5 necessary? Yeah, probably is. Knight f5, king g6. Rook g8, king h5. I'm tempted to say this is the way to go. I don't want to make a mistake here. but I'm pretty confident. Ah, so now if we take with the king, h3 check, king goes back. He has knight g3, and he can go these squares the entire time, and I only have these 3 squares, so it will be perpetual. We should take with the queen, knight g3 check, and then king h4 is the only move. But then knight f5 check. Oh, the knight is pinned. Haha. You silly knight. Or h6. No, king h6, queen f5. The king h4 also queen f5. Oh, bloody hell. What's this? He's still making the perpetual. Holy crap. There's no mate with king h6. Okay, good point. King h4, queen f5. Then what do we do? We're up the exchange though, so. I guess queen h4 is the most forcing move here, threatening checkmate. Queen f5, yeah. Now we are safe. We can't really take the queen though. If we take the queen, we get into this perpetual thing again. The thing is, if we take the queen, knight takes, and we go king g4, he has knight h6 attacking, winning the rook on f7. So maybe just make a rook move. Like, oh, then this or this or this should all be equally the same. So there is some forcing move. Even though I don't think he's threatening anything at this point. h5 is a nice self-made, yeah. Yeah, we can give check here, exchange stuff, and be happy. Ah, if we give check here, queen takes, pawn takes, king takes, we go f5, the knight is trapped. Not sure how we're going to win the knight, but trapping the knight is a nice start. I guess queen f3 is the only move here. Queen d1. Whoa, queen d1? No, we have yes, queen takes e4. Would have been awesome if you can go queen d1 now. He also has queen h3 checkmate. Sure. I just thought it was a brilliant move. No, I think queen f3 is good. Yay! +7. Nice. Just a 9-move solution. That's it. That's all. Okay, we're getting close now, guys. Oh, now we only get difficult ones. Which is a good thing, by the way. It's a very good thing. Right. I want to go for something really slow. Queen c2, queen e2. Yeah, queen d3, queen e2. I don't know, and that's what concerns me a bit. I was also looking at e4, but that's a bit weird. I guess if we go queen somewhere, threatening queen e2, he always goes h5. No, but that still can't really save his rook. Queen e2, take, pawn takes. Rook h8. Then we take, rook h2. But he can always go, rook h1 after rook h8. Oh. Opera, maybe queen d3 allows queen f4. No, that doesn't make any sense. Just queen e2. Okay, that allows nothing. Wow. h5 never works because of g5, but after g5, queen f5, we're in trouble, so... That's a good point, Drawmeister. I threatened to trap the queen. So queen d3. Yeah, some sacrifice, there's some stuff happening, but I still need to figure out the difference between this, or this. I guess b1 doesn't make any sense, but c2 and d3 seem pretty similar to me. Queen c2 looks even a bit safer. Because there's no pin of the e-pawn, which I don't really think is such a big deal, by the way, but still. e4. I didn't like e4 because you give the d3 square to the rook, so e4 rook d3, for example. I don't really think that's going to work. I still don't see a defense for black at all. Rook takes h3. Yeah, is it? But when is it gonna? When is he gonna play it? I think so. And what about queen h4 after queen d3, queen c2? You just take the rook on f3 and run to e2. Yeah, too late. Didn't ignore it. What is the difference between putting the queen here or here? Because next move is going to be queen e2 no matter what we play, so it has to be something very concrete right now. I hate these ones. I don't really like it when you need to figure out the difference between two squares to put your piece, but this one seems way too complicated. Okay, so next guess to go Sphinx. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to say. So let's say queen d3. He takes here, king takes, queen f3 check, king h2, and it kind of makes sense to put the queen on c2. So here we can go rook g1 to defend. No, it doesn't make sense. Queen d3 takes, check, king h2. That's never going to be enough. You can take the pawn, but then just rook g1. You can also get your king safe. Yeah, Gonzo Sama, at the end of your line, I want to play rook h1. I think that is enough. Ugh. Yeah, queen c2 you can use the f1 rook. That seems to make sense, but I still don't have a very concrete example why I would want to use that rook. It's just a bit weird. I don't understand the difference. Oh, I hate it. We're so close, and now this one comes up. Yeah, so I think the point is, so much input, guys. I can't really keep up with the chat at the moment. But yeah, I think the point is of the queen c2. I think the direct point is h5. No, I think the direct problem is yeah, but still after h5, we always play queen e2, right? I thought that works. Pawn takes, pawn takes. But then it doesn't matter. h5, we play queen e2 anyway. It doesn't matter if we got to d3 or c2. Yeah, camel clutcher, that's a good point. I will skip forward as well. I'm stuck here. It feels like a coin flip between queen d3 and queen c2. I'd love to figure out which one's better. Yeah, Sphinx, but instead of queen d4, you have so many other moves to fix it. Ah, Opera says, oh wait. Now it's coming, guys. Or did he see, I see it and he didn't see it. Share your thoughts, please, because you might help me out here. There's something with the pin, but I don't see it. I guess queen c2 makes most sense, right? So queen e2, maybe rook f5 is a problem. Don't think so. Yeah, let's go queen c2, guys. It seems the most safe. I agree with you on that. I just don't see how it's different. Whew, yeah, baby. That's such a relief. You don't want to know. Okay, so we take the rook, I guess. Queen check, king h2. After h5, I wanted to play queen f5. Yeah, so I don't think h5 is the problem. And if he takes, I wanted to go f4, something similar. Hell yeah, +6. Now I'm really curious why queen d3 is not working. h5, queen e2, takes. It is rook f5. Who said this? Who said rook f5? Chess fan. Chess fan said it's a problem. Wow, I didn't even see this as a potential problem. But it is. Now you're stuck. Holy shit. That wasn't too hard actually. Rook f5, brilliant move. But what if he goes h5 here? Then we go rook h1 first. Okay, so I made a mistake in this h5 line because I thought you can also play queen e2. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Crazy stuff. Okay guys, let's get going. That's a winning a piece. But we can also take on h6 first and then play c4. That's where all the problems start. No, we can't take on h6 first. Yes, we can. Okay, so the thing is if we go c4, you can take on g7, king takes, you can go f4, attack the knight, and that's annoying. We have no clever moves. While if we take on h6 first, queen takes, we then go c4, he goes f4 with knight g4, attacking the queen, and still attacking the bishop. So I guess we should take the bishop first. I guess we should take the bishop first. Because we need this knight move with tempo knight g4. So take, queen takes, c4. Okay, so if the bishop goes here, we also have b5, yeah? So, and then these pawns will fix it by itself. So then our position is very stable. So queen takes, c4. If he then goes f4, knight g4, attack the queen, attack the bishop. Feels like the best move. If this feels good, you have to play it. Hey guys, plus how many? I think it's going to be +2. I think it's going to be +2. It's always an exciting moment when you're getting so close. I think it's going to be +2. Just nil. You guys are so pessimistic. -27, yeah. Oh, we did it! Nice! That's three. We made it. Holy crap, 2100. Jeez, I didn't think it was possible. Oh, this is good stuff, guys. I love it. Brilliant, guys. Well done. Well done, chat. Without you guys, would have been impossible.